This is a quick heads up that there will be some adverts pop up in the video playback. It's not intentional. It popped up while we were recording, so I do apologize for that, as I didn't notice while we were recording. Hello everyone, Husky Ninja here, and joining me is my very special guest, Base Damage.
That is me, Base Damage / Cade / that guy that is over in the US doing card games. Hi, how are y'all doing today?
We have decided, since we're both huge RWBY fans,
Very,
that we would look over RWBY and things that came before it.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a, not so much like a memorial thing, but just kind of like looking back over like how it came to be type thing, and just yapping because we love to talk about it. We love to like just hop in calls, and even if we're doing something else, it somehow always comes back to RWBY, like always.
That is true.
It just feels like the natural order of things. Like this should have happened a long while back, but we're just now doing this.
It's like for age, we're just like, we can go back to RWBY. Let's do a video on it.
We just always end up yapping about it because like obviously we'll talk about like say meeting voice actors and like all sorts of other stuff pertaining to anime because obviously we both play Weiss Schwarz, which also has a RWBY set, so that's one reason it kind of gets facilitated. But like discussing all the other different anime and stuff that happens with Weiss, we end up just always coming back to like some of the crazier animation stuff. And like I know you were telling me like going back over like all the stuff like leading up to this video. It's just so many cool things that led up to this moment with RWBY itself.
And some things that we both feel a lot of people have just forgotten about or don't even know about.
Before we recorded this, I pointed out something to you that you were like, "Wait, what? This happened?" So we'll get into that, but like it's just even prior to the recording, I was like, "Oh wait, why aren't we talking about this thing?"
And it's like, what thing?
So no, it's all good. It's always discovering something new whenever I yap with you. So thank you very much for having me on.
You're very welcome. So I think we should probably start with the oldest thing that came up before RWBY.
We just discovered. No.
Yes. Basically, a lot of people know Monty Ohm, the creator of RWBY, for RWBY and Rooster Teeth as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know about this one item at all till you pointed it out to me before we recorded.
Exactly. Like initially, it was going to be kind of leading into everyone knows Dead Fantasy, where he combined Dead or Alive and Final Fantasy characters fighting each other. But you didn't know about Haloid.
No, I had no clue of this series at all.
So it is what it sounds like. It's Halo cross Metroid. I was like, huh? What?
Which, if any of you have the chance to, definitely Google it.
It is. We've discovered it's like 20 years old, and it has better animation than some anime coming out nowadays. I was just putting it that way. Like, oh my goodness.
But the joy is, it's not actually on Monty Ohm's actual YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that was another thing. Like, you researched it, and it came out on a separate website called Game Trailers. So someone re-uploaded it to YouTube. So that's how we had to find that.
And then we found it from me finding someone put up, hey, who heard of this? That Monty Ohm did on an r/Halo forum.
It's like, by the way, did you guys know? And all the people, I don't even want to. I'm curious as to what the comment section's gonna be like. I was like, oh, this thing again, or something like that. But no, it's freaking fantastic.
It's like from the bit I watched, I could see like a lot of like the city fight choreography from RWBY, as well as Red versus Blue.
Exactly, because some people don't know. Like, obviously, a lot of people know about RWBY. But a lot of people don't know all the stuff that kind of led up to it, one of which, obviously, when he got pulled in by Rooster Teeth, was to help with their Red versus Blue series. And the I still I feel like it's blasphemy that I haven't gone through and watched like most of Red versus Blue at this point, considering how much I enjoyed RWBY and all of Monty's work. But like it did like there's a significant like change from what I've been told, because I've only watched maybe the first season of Red versus Blue. I've always been told the huge jump that it made once he got brought on for all of the action choreography and stuff like that. Like the difference of him being there was like night and day from what I've been told.
It's like he was the Shigeru Miyamoto of Rooster Teeth.
Mm-hmm. No, fair. Very fair.
But it's like, I haven't watched full episodes of Red versus Blue. I've seen like best clips of. And it's very fast-paced action.
Very. Like another reason I want to watch more of it is how many references obviously Rooster Teeth pulled from it and put into RWBY. Like what was it? I'm trying to remember the specific thing. It was a conversation between like Mercury and Emerald, where it's just like, I think he was a cat. Oh, like a puma, which is specifically a quote from Red versus Blue. It's like I was talking about like one of the vehicles or whatever, but I just remember that specifically. So there's constantly like Easter eggs they would hide in.
It's
so
like when they have like Team RWBY building their bunk beds. Yang's poster is an Easter egg Team Achievement Hunter.
Yes, it's one of the greatest things ever. I'm like, hey, I know those guys. Like, like just seeing Ray, like obviously like they did like little animated like versions of them for that. Just seeing like Michael Jones and Ray and all of them, and to which a lot of the characters and a lot of the characters in RWBY got voiced by a lot of the different Rooster Teeth employees and whatnot. So you had like Michael Jones in Achievement Hunter, what is, Sun. You have, I realize we're already getting off tangent. This is just how we do. But it's just like all the other different people in there in some shape, form, or fashion got pulled in for different roles in RWBY. So it's Easter eggs, but it's all connected, and I loved that. Like at
especially
the time,
in its early years as well.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, the bunk bed thing was volume 1. So I mean, like the early volumes, like just were riddled with those. Like absolutely, just. I know there's videos of people just breaking it down of like all the different like Easter eggs. It's so good. I'm sorry. I'm already yapping.
It's okay. But it's like Halo came out like 15-ish years ago.
Like 15 as of the time of the post that you found. Because the post was 4 years ago when they said it was 15.
But the issue is that bit of like, how much longer was it before they had uploaded it?
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure. Like, so it's easily, we're guesstimating a 20-year-old, like a 20-year-old video that was, it was only like, what, 10 minutes? What did I send?
I think it was.
Pulling it up. It is just a hair over 9 minutes. And it has better animation than a lot of like some of the anime that's coming out nowadays.
Especially with all CG stuff as well.
Right, like exactly. Like we're not trying to compare it to like Demon Slayer, because Ufotable is just on another level. Let's be real. But like some stuff that I'm watching coming out right now has worse animation. like as of the it's like if you look at Black Butler season 1 and 2, and even Book of Murder arc, well, the Book of Arcs. Yeah.
You see the horses and the characters are 3D. They move so stiff.
Yeah.
But then you watch Haloid, and it runs so smoothly and fluidly with its action in comparison.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to fault it they had to get interns to animate stuff like that. It literally may have been some people's first animations doing that kind of stuff.
But for
I'm not going to fault them.
But for something so old, still holding up to today, makes it amazing.
It absolutely is. Like whether it's Haloid or especially looking at some of the Dead Fantasy stuff, it's wild. It's wild how well it holds up today.
It's like Dead Fantasy. You have your Final Fantasy characters, dead or alive, as well as a couple from Kingdom Hearts. But it came out in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
And for those watching this who have not seen Dead Fantasy, I will play a video in the background.
Yeah. Look at
On
Tifa
mute.
kicking ass.
But it's like,
Yeah.
you can see a lot of stuff you'll see in, like, the RWBY announcement trailers. During the main series, you'll see reflected in RWBY from Haloid and even Dead Fantasy.
Absolutely.
Especially
Like,
when you look at the backgrounds, the effects, even the fighting.
the camera
You'd
work,
think,
all that stuff. Yeah.
if someone didn't tell you this was Dead Fantasy, you'd think, oh, is this a RWBY spin-off?
Right. No, that's right. Like, even when you started watching the Haloid video, you were like, yo, I see the Ruby Rose. Like,
Yeah.
the RWBY
Especially when
trailer,
it's
you
like
could see
Master Chief with his gun, when he's swollen with enemies. It's like, that's from the Red trailer.
Like,
When the Beowulf are
1000%.
surrounding RWBY with her Crescent Rose.
He had practice. Let's just put it that way. He had practice going into that. But you can see that so clearly. It's great.
But it's like, even back to 2007, he even had, like, ice effects down to a fine art.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting, cinematics, everything.
It's wild. This is literally us just like fangasming over like Monty Ohm's stuff and just in general for a moment here, but
And also to help...
it is incredible. Mm-hmm.
Plus it helps show those who say, like, Monty Ohm's volumes of RWBY, which is 1 to 3, should be remade. This is a good case of point of it shouldn't be remade.
No. I can understand wanting to give it a little bit more of the updated
Engine work.
Engine work and stuff like that. But so this is where I am going to say, like, I understand when Monty passed away, they had to bring on other people who were just as good in the industry. Don't get me wrong on this when I say, like, Shane Newville, like, amazing dude. I've watched a lot of his stuff as well, like his Mega Man fight scene stuff that he posted as well. You could clearly tell how well inspired that was from Monty. But there was such a significant difference, though, because of the engine change. I don't feel they can capture the same heart. That's just me. You would have to get, like, a brand new, like, animation studio to do it, like how they did with, like, Ice Queendom or something. You know, I feel that's the correct homage, in my personal opinion.
Or where they do, like, the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Like they did before, I think it was, like, Volume 4, where they showed, like, where Team RWBY's mindset are at that point of time. And they showed the flashback of Yang teaching RWBY how to fight hand-to-hand.
Yes.
They had them in their Volume 1 to 3 outfits, but it was in the current engine at that time.
Mm-hmm. So clearly that could be translated over, like, obviously.
But remaking 3 whole seasons in a more modern engine, I feel you just lose the heart and soul of a series.
Especially also the voice actors. And there's a lot of voice actors that we greatly enjoy from it that they cannot bring back in, and or would not.
Or you lose how those characters that they voice, those characters themselves have become more confident as the series progresses.
Absolutely.
It's like when they've interviewed all the voice actresses of Team RWBY, they've said when they had to do in Volume 9, or when they had to talk to their younger selves, they said it was so hard for them to portray Volumes 1 to 3 versions of Team RWBY because they had to show that inexperience, slight cockiness in certain characters' voices that those characters no longer have, like with Yang. Where early volumes, she's very cocky. But then, after Volume 3, she loses that cockiness in her voice and becomes slightly more reserved.
Agreed. Like they did a really. I feel that they did the best that they absolutely could when they had to do those scenes. But I agree with you. It very much is not going to have that same original feeling. I don't know. Maybe if they want to, that's up to them. Obviously, we have no control over that. But I I can't see it doing the same. I don't know. I'm weird.
But it's like Dead Fantasy, you could see it was leading up towards RWBY.
Mm-hmm.
But then, not too long after, well, a few years after, we ended up with the color trailers for RWBY.
Yes. So good.
Where I feel even now, they are badass as anything.
Oh no, 1,000%. Like I'll tell people, one of my best friends in the world, my buddy Zen. He loves watching any type of martial arts that uses scythes. So if like an anime comes out, like say Soul Eater back in the day, showing like how showing like the choreography and footwork using a scythe, like he absolutely loved that. So then when I showed him this, like showed him like say the red trailer, like he was blown away by it. He's like this, like he was like, oh, this is my hentai right here. This I joke, but no, he's like, this is my jam. Like, so showing people all that stuff from way back when and just like how good it was and still holds up to this day. Once again, like the Haloid stuff holding up to this day.
Especially where the red trailer came out in 2013.
I know. Oh my goodness. I'm so old. We keep saying
We're
all these dates
old.
and ages. Oh my stars. We keep saying all these like, oh yeah,
correction. The red trailer came out 2012.
12. Okay, we'll make it even worse. Anyway.
I just looked over at my notes.
No, you're good. Like say like Dead Fantasy was like 07. Like I would have graduated in 08 from my high school for, you know.
It's like
I know educational system's different.
It's like you look at the red trailer for RWBY, and if you know of Monty's previous work before RWBY, it's like, this is my masterpiece I was building up to.
And he didn't get a chance to finish Dead Fantasy either. That's kind of the other sad thing. Which I know he was going full time into like Red versus Blue, and he obviously wouldn't have had the time to do that, but then also dedicating afterwards all the stuff to RWBY. I wonder if back then, hold on, I'm actually going to pull it up. Back then you did, okay, so his channel doesn't have it, where you could put like community posts or stuff like that. I don't know when they transferred, like made that switch where you could make community post.
I think that was like around the time when like RWBY Volume 4 came out, they added the community posts.
Maybe so. Let me see. My internet's being weird. Because I clearly still hear you, and it was like, you're not connected to the internet. And I'm like, I can hear the other person. What are you talking about? I'm trying to look in the description.
Even with like Dead Fantasy, where you have like the intro of like the crows going into the red sun, well, red moon.
Yeah,
that is heavily referenced in like with the moon basically being a main focus of RWBY. Even with the intros, like all the Grim coming out of it or going into it. It's like, I worked on this before. Here's a more smoothed out version, but with more stuff going on.
Insert Moon Knight yelling, "The moon haunts you." Anyway, sorry for all you Marvel Rivals people there. There you go.
But it also shows like he understood color.
100%.
It's like RWBY's red trailer. It's like black, red, white. Weiss is like blues, whites, blacks, and grays. But then when you look at Team RWBY's like late volumes outfits, you'll see more of like the accent color from their color trailers showing in their later outfits. It's like there's a lot of brown in Yang's trailer, which was the yellow trailer. But then it's like Volume 4 onwards, her outfit's a lot of browns with accents of yellow.
I wish I knew more about fashion, considering my my favorite character is the fashionista. But like at the same time, like it's once again talk about kind of the Easter eggs. It's putting those little nods to like the past projects and stuff like that, putting them into the outfits. That takes like I know that wasn't like all Monty for that, obviously, because later on it was someone else. But like even at the beginning and getting into the later seasons, it shows how much like thought and how much heart and passion gets put into each of those, because you're trying to put these little reasons in there as to why certain characters are maybe wearing those certain colors, or maybe why they're using even to the point like why they're using certain weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like say, because like Ruby, obviously she wanted to be just like Drunkle Crow, stuff stuff like that. Just one of many examples, and
even like
I just
subtle nods to like fairy tales where things are based on as well.
Exactly.
It's like all of Team Ruby. It's basically Red Riding Hood, which is Ruby.
Yes.
Snow White, which is Weiss, where even her name translated to English is White Snow, which is White Schnee.
Yeah.
Then you have Blake representing Beauty and the Beast. And you have Yang as Goldilocks.
Beauty is the Beast. What do you mean? No, I was about kidding.
But then you have all of Team Juniper who are mythology. So like
exactly.
Mulan, Thor, Joan of Arc, and
every
Achilles.
single one of them had to cross-dress at some point, I think.
Especially, it's like they gender flipped Thor, but with Achilles, people thought they gender flipped him, but no, it's actually a reference to his folklore, where he had to disguise himself as a woman. But even the way that, I know this will bring a lot of fans of RWBY to tears of, but even how Pyrrha got shot in her ankle was a reference to her folklore.
Yeah, because Achilles' heel.
Exactly.
My heart, anyway.
And
also
where
she got
Light
shot in the
Ren
heart,
is Mulan. But then you have, like, other characters like Coco. She's based off, not mythology or folklore, but she's based after the brand Coco Chanel.
Exactly. And all of the other, I need to look up the exact thing, like, each of the other members of Team Coffee represent.
It's like, I know with Ozpin, Glenda, Ironwood, Crow, and one of the other Academy headmasters, they were referenced to the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then you have Salem, who represents two fairy tale characters. She represents
like
both Rapunzel and the Wicked Witch.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Especially when you look at her Salem's backstory of basically she was trapped in a tower.
True.
Which they referenced in Tales of Remnant. Which, then when you look at that tower, it's Beacon Academy.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense now.
And then Cinder being Cinderella.
When I realized that, because I didn't know what that was going to be about, like because I started trying to figure that out early on with the different fairy tales. When I was like, Cinder, what could Cinder? And then someone was like, oh, like Cinderella, and my brain broke when they said that. I was like,
with like where when you even hear her in in the red trailer, or not red trailer, in Volume 1, Episode 1, you hear the clicking of glass off her heels in the helicopter.
Yes. It's like, oh no, I get it. So the scene on the tower where Ruby unlocks her silver eye powers is just the clock striking midnight, basically.
Pretty much.
It's like, nope, sorry, you turn back into a pumpkin now. So.
What I also loved about like the color trailers is at the end or start of each one, there's like a little blurb of that character. The two I really I'm going to focus on right now is Blake's and Yang's.
Yes. I wonder why you're focusing on Yang's.
Is your hopes have become my burden. I will find my own liberation. That I see as Blake basically saying to Adam, basically like, I've had enough of your bullshit.
Yep.
And Yang becoming her liberation.
Aw. It's so sweet.
And then with Yang's one, it's basically a reference to what happens to her.
Mm-hmm.
Of basically of symmetry.
Say if she got disarmed.
And it's basically a reference of even Barbara Dunkelman, who voices Yang, picked up on this so quickly when she saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when they were storyboarding the trailers, and it was a mention she knew straight away. And she even asked Monty, because she mentioned this in several interviews, of she's going to lose her arm, isn't she? And that was when they were storyboarding the yellow trailer. She picked up on it that quick.
Which is crazy how far in advance that would have been that she picked up on that. That's wild.
But it's like, once they came to season 3, well, volume 3, when that scene actually happened, it still hit her hard.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that she picked it up while they were storyboarding the yellow trailer.
What was it? I'm trying to think of, No, I'm not trying to, just in terms of, like, people figuring stuff out. There was another actor where when they realized what was going to happen to their characters and everything like that, they just were, like, it just, like, caught them by surprise type thing, so. It's just what made me think of. Anyway. No, sorry, back to Yang.
This is the quote, I've just had to Google it. Scathing eyes ask that we be symmetrical, one-sided and easily processed. Yet every misshapen spark's unseen beauty is greater than its would be judged. So it's basically like,
okay.
Even if you can't do everything, you can still fight hard.
Oh, yeah.
Which Yang proves.
She throwed them hands.
Exactly.
There's an anime that's airing currently of this, like, noble woman who just, like, her whole thing is literally catch these hands, just punching the shit out of people that piss her off. That's all I imagine is just if you reincarnated Yang into, like, a new, like, a isekai Aang into, like, some kind of anime character, like, it's just like, cool, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you because you pissed me off. Like, anyway. So.
But it's like, I even love how Yang's just basically based off Tifa with her fighting style.
Exactly, because, like, Monty straight up said, like, hey, Tifa's my favorite. She's Yang is inspired by her, like, 1,000%. Like, I love it. Oh, man.
Which is why, like, I feel like a lot of Final Fantasy fans love RWBY. Because, like, oh, it's Tifa, but blonde.
Tifa, but blonde, and I wonder who has the bigger tits. Anyway, questions for another day.
But it's like, RWBY, I think, is just, like, gone beyond what people expected.
It really has.
Especially when it's like RWBY Chibi, that's just short, funny wholesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
With Easter eggs galore.
Yeah, there's so many. I love so many of these.
Especially
We're gonna talk about Chibi.
Especially when you have John in the back of a car singing the Camp song.
Yes.
An annoying Cinder with it.
I love all that stuff. Like, oh my goodness. Okay. So once again, Easter eggs is like all those different. There's one in particular I have to rant about when it comes to RWBY Chibi because it's a style of comedy that I love. But even if people don't agree with some of the later seasons of how RWBY turned out, that's whatever. We're gonna talk about the parts that we enjoy. That, you know, to each their own, right? But like I said, the Easter eggs of, like, Jean singing. So Camp was another show that Rooster Teeth did, in which Miles Luna, the voice of Jean, was like the camp counselor for that particular show and sang the intro. And it was this very fast-paced, like different things he was talking about, the activities you could do at that camp. And so just to have him, because they always asked him to do it at the different conventions and stuff. and just tore him up because he's like, oh, I hate myself when I have to do this, because just listen to the opening, it's great. But then doing throwing that in of Jean singing it, I'm just like, that's so good. I love that. Oh my goodness.
But what I love as well with that is, even now I'm seeing people cosplay early volume Jean with the ukulele that they learned to play that one song with.
Why? All of that. I love that. I just imagine that Miles just showed up to the booth with that, and they're just like, yo, we're going to animate that shit. That would be so cool. No. One of my favorite scenes in Chibi, and I love when, this is just something absolutely, like, was clearly made on drugs, is when Nora overdoses on sugar. Like just, I say overdoses like it's possible, but she intakes so much sugar she just transcends the world of RWBY.
Oh, and Nora has the sugar high.
Yeah, when she has the sugar high and she just sees all the alternate realities of RWBY Chibi all the way into the booth, the recording booth. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and I love it to this day. When you do meta stuff like that, like the voice actor talking to the character or whatever, it's just great. So it just like zooms all the way out, like multiple dimensions, until it's like, what was her name? Wasn't Jen. Jen was Pyrrha. Who was Nora? I can't think of her name. Oh, I had to Google it. Okay. Actor.
That'd be Samantha Ireland.
Samantha Ireland, yes. Okay. It shows Samantha Ireland in the booth, has the headphones on in front of the mic, and is just like, wow, that sugar is great. Let me get another shot. And she like drinks some more or something like that nature. She drinks more and it just zooms right back to Nora in she had so much more sugar, it like reversed the entire process. It was great. And took right back to her. She's like, what was that? I love it. It's just one of my absolute like favorites. So I loved all the stuff they did with RWBY Chibi, and
especially where it's like in Chibi with Neo, where it's just like old Warner Brothers Looney Tunes chaoticness with signs.
Oh, absolutely, that was. It's
reminds me of like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Meet. No, that's fair. It's also bittersweet when you think about that, because of like all the stuff doing with Warner Brothers that basically made them kind of like made a lot of issues happen with Rooster Teeth. So it's bittersweet in that regard of like how well inspired this was for Looney Tunes, but then it's like, oh well, the same company that did that. I don't know. It's bittersweet when you think about it, but no, I loved the slapstick. I loved just all the comedy they did. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's like it had the silliness of RWBY Chibi, but then it got turned into an anime.
Yeah.
Which is Ice Queendom, that basically is its own retelling of the first season.
I love
with
that.
Its original character concept.
Yeah, exactly. They had original characters in there. It was an original story. I need to double check. I think that story was written by Gen Urobuchi. If I'm wrong on that, I'm so sorry. Let me double check.
But the most beautiful thing is you actually get I don't know if it's both the English and the Japanese dub, or it's just the Japanese dub, but you have Pyrrha's voice actress singing Mirror Mirror.
Yeah.
And the way she does it, it's more haunting than Weiss's version.
Really is. Okay, Gen Urobuchi did the animation concept for it. I'm so sorry. It was the story portion was written by To Ubukata. Forgive me for that one. I knew Gen Urobuchi was involved in it somehow. There's this big name in the anime industry. I knew he was in it though. So he did the animation concept. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
But it's just like, even the soundtrack for Ice Queendom is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely, they knocked it out the park.
Especially with, like, their alternative outfits as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of once they're in the dream world.
I loved how cute Ruby's was. It's just the little like hoodie and the little like snow cap thing. It just was like so adorable. Sorry. See, this is what I mean. Like we just fangasm over all this different stuff, and it's just like we will yap about this forever. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's all good.
And you're connected to the city center too?
I gotta look at the outfits again. Because Weiss's
yeah, it
was like
is
the
also in the
one.
English dub. It's Pyrrha's VA singing.
It is? Oh, no.
And a lot of people forget Pyrrha's VA can sing.
There's a singer who
Very
loves
much
to
so.
sing. She sings to the city.
They learned the hard way.
But just the whole scene of Pyrrha singing is just beautiful.
I may have cried a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, there's pop-up parade figures for those outfits.
They did, including 2 noodle toppers.
Oh, I didn't know about the noodle toppers. That's funny.
They
That's
did
funny.
a noodle topper of Ice Queendom RWBY and Ice Queendom Weiss. Then they did their more traditional ones, stand-in figures of Blake and Yang in their Ice Queendom outfits.
It's so good.
But what I love with Ice Queendom is how much better Weiss's dress looks on Pyrrha.
I have to agree with you on that one. Like,
A lot of people are like, oh, it's
To
not
each
just
their own,
Weiss's
but I
dress.
agree.
But I was like, it looks so much better on her.
it really does. Like, it's all good, to each their own. But like, I can agree. I can agree.
But I just love the fact with John, it's just like, here's a hat, gloves, and a scarf. Where everyone else got
Right.
really cool alternative outfits. This John was just a hat, gloves, and a scarf. On top of his
You got a
normal
snazzy
outfit.
hat.
But also the way they were able to translate the whole, like, fight of the Nevermore from season 1 into 2D.
Oh, that was so good.
Including, like, how fast-paced it all moves as well.
I give credit to the studio responsible for that, which was Studio Shaft. Like, I know a lot of people, the moment that got announced, for anyone who doesn't know Studio Shaft, they did a lot of other really popular anime. One of the biggest ones being Bakemonogatari. And many of the, for some reason, many of the shows that they did always had these weird, like, head tilting scenes. Like these little like shots of like the character just like tilting their head back for some reason. So everyone's like, oh, we're just gonna get RWBY head tilt or something like that nature. I can't remember what like the exact things were going on, but Shaft has done a lot of stuff. But if anyone's ever watched Bakemono, they were really, really good with those fast transitions and fast like little like 1 second you're looking at like words on the screen, the next you're looking at literally someone getting their guts ripped out. Like, it is kind of crazy, like, just how... even though people were, like, not immediately on board with Shaft doing it, it's like, oh, wow, they did a really... Like, once it was put out, you're like, damn, they did a great job. At least, in my opinion, they did.
Same here, it's like, they did their homework and found the right studio to do Ice Queendom. Because I don't think I could think of any other studio doing Ice Queendom.
I feel there's others that still could have done it very well, but Shaft is like so unique. Think of like how Ufotable is also unique in a lot of their animation stuff, or Shaft is one of those that the moment you see an anime done by them, you know it's them. It's just their style. There's certain animation studios, I mean, like KyoAni is another good example of this. You can typically see their shows and you immediately know it's done by that studio.
The same as like if you look at anything that's Studio Ghibli, you instantly know it's
that's
them.
fair.
Or people
fair.
who worked at Studio Ghibli have worked on this.
Absolutely. I'm trying to look through all the other stuff that they did. I know, like they did Fate Extra. Shaft did Fate Extra Last Encore for all my Fate fans out there. Yeah, you get your talk about Nero doing her head tilt. Anyway,
It's funny you mentioned Fate.
oh no.
I know one of the original studios that worked on it.
Yes.
Studio Dean.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. That's what we do. We just get Studio Dean to animate. No, we're not doing that. We're not having a Dean Stay Night of RWBY. Like, no. Oh,
It's
that
like,
would be...
you could tell that Russia saw how popular RWBY was in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And still is. And I can understand why they had a well-known anime studio do Ice Queendom.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I was over there a few years ago, when I was in Akihabara, I was in one of the hobby station stores getting some Weiss Wurst products, and I saw the supply set sleeves for RWBY. Selling for 10,000 yen.
That's
On-
$100 roughly.
Yep, on their own, without the deck box, without anything else, just the sleeves alone.
Goodness gracious. That hurts. That hurts my soul.
It's like, apart from the good spin-offs,
Mm-hmm.
RWBY also had 2 video games.
I only ever had a chance to play one of them, but I know what you're...
One of them started off as a fan project, which was RWBY Grim Eclipse, which has its own storyline and amazing villain song.
I still have the demo downloaded on one of my old laptops. I transferred the data over to an external. I still have the original demo they made for Grim Eclipse.
I have it
shit
on
was
Nintendo
insane.
Switch.
Yes!
And when they brought it to Nintendo Switch, they did a RWBY Grim Eclipse Nintendo Switch edition of the console.
I was just saying, like, they're like, yeah, we know people are going to like this. Oh, I need to go back and play that.
But there's one thing I hate about RWBY Grim Eclipse. When you're doing local multiplayer, it's a bungee cord.
Yeah. It's a pain with that. They also had a mobile game, right?
Yes, they had a tower defense game, which I played right up to the very end.
I did not play it up to the very end. I wanted to, and I couldn't.
And then it's like, on the very last night, everyone was just saying, bye to all of you, we've made friends, let's try and stay in contact.
Oh, Amity Arena, that's what it was called. Oh, okay.
We had really cool, like, moving 2D artwork of characters. And it was just a fun, but also challenging game.
It was very, like, I understand there's not a lot of people that said it was the words. There weren't a lot of people who liked it, but playing it was like, oh, this is actually like quite challenging. Like, I think this is really good. I just couldn't, like, I had focused in other areas at the time that it came out, so I was just like,
plus you had,
I had to drop this one.
Exclusive outfits for all the characters in Amity Arena. Like, there's summer outfits, like Yang with a cowgirl hat on.
Yo, we got skins, y'all. Here we go. I was just happy to get Coco in it. Once I got Coco in it, I'm like, game's done. I'm good.
Whereas, like, you have Grim Eclipse, you had Amity Arena, you have Arrowfell, which is canon to the series story as a whole, because it's placed in between volume 6 and 7. Which,
I was not aware of that, actually.
With Crunchyroll, they've just announced as, if you have an account with us, you can play this on your phone now.
Which is interesting. Okay.
And then they had one crossover, and that was with Blaze Blue Cross Tag Team Battle.
Yeah.
Where RWBY and Weiss came included on the game, where Blake Yang were free DLC, but you had to pay for Neo.
For understandable reasons, though. But I mean, when it happened, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna make money off of this shit. Absolutely.
And that reason being, Casey Williams, the singer of the RWBY songs, voiced Neo for Blaze Blue Cross Tag Team Battle.
Like, we say voice, but it was like, we were gonna have you do like the grunts and the
grunks and giggles.
and giggles and stuff. Like, it wasn't to my knowledge, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It wasn't like any of the actual.
There's
like,
no actual
like
voice lines.
Yeah. There's not her saying words. It was, but I mean, look, that giggle. Like, yes.
It's like,
please.
It's especially awesome when you realize Neo is her favorite RWBY character.
Mm-hmm. She's gone on record to say that at convention, like where people would have. I specifically remember a panel that was it was Casey Williams. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the Williams.
Jeff Williams.
Jeff Williams. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Oh my stars. Where Jeff Williams and all them, they had a panel, and when it got to the end and they were like taking questions, someone asked like, "Hey, if you could voice someone in RWBY, who would it be?" Like, and she straight up said, "Yo, if Neo ever got a voice, I would love to voice Neo." Like, she has gone on record to say that. So the fact that something came about for that, I was giddy with excitement when I heard that was happening. I was like,
but it's like they had a skin for the game Smite, where it was Team RWBY as skins for specific characters because their fighting styles are very similar.
Oh, okay, that's how that worked. It's like Fortnite skins at that point. It's like all the same character. You just have this one that looks like Gojo, this one looks like Thanos. Okay.
But there was also another game that RWBY had a slight crossover with. It was around the time of Volume 6 to 7, I think it was.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was a JRPG. And it got to a point where you could have Team RWBY actually fighting in the game. As long as you did like the whole event quests for it, you could play as them in the game. But it was a really bad game.
Crusader's Quest? Is that
I think that was the one. Because I never heard of the app before. They're like, oh, RWBY's also going to have a crossover with this game.
I'm looking. Oh, it's like RWBY Chibi characters or something. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, I have to pull this up now. What on earth? What is this? I'm getting linked to a Reddit video, so let's pray that this is. Oh, it's like pixel art. I saw the RWBY Chibi thing, but once it actually came, it's like little pixel art things. These are cute.
But it's like they even had it with like paladins as well, apparently, from me Google searching.
Yeah,
but it's just like so many crossovers they had.
RWBY Fortnite crossover win. Hold on, they're also a gun. They also have guns. It just fits. Anyway, sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
But it's like I love how they revisited one crossover they had. Oh, now I remember the name of the game. Knights Chronicle.
Oh, they did with Knights Chronicle too. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Where
like, I'm just looking.
As soon as I pulled Yang, I was like, "This is good enough for me."
There you go. Yeah, you're like done. I win. GG's.
But it's like they did revisit one of their crossovers, which we will get to.
Yeah, that's gonna be the not so liked segment of. I mean, I'm certain there's a lot of people who are gonna agree with what we say when we get to that segment, but at the same time, I'm just like, really? Oh my, anyway.
All you will say about this one is, to each of their own taste.
Yeah.
Where
there you go.
RWBY, everyone knows all about RWBY's other spin-offs, but they must have had manga, the Tales of Remnant published. They also had a DC comic book done.
Yeah.
Where I haven't read it, because even now it's hard to get, But it
Yeah.
was Team RWBY going into basically the universe of Marvel.
No, the DC, the universe
Yeah,
of
the
DC.
DC
Marvel is a
one.
different one, yeah.
But it's like,
You're good.
on screen, I am showing everyone, like, their comic book versions of their outfits.
Which I'm certain still looks good. Like, I'm not
They
gonna, like...
look
I'm not
better
gonna, like,
than some of the ice cream, well, their animated version.
Okay, I'm looking at the picture you just sent.
Which is the
There's
same one that's
several
on
of the-
screen for the viewers.
Yeah, I don't like the faces.
Yes.
Is that okay to say? I don't like how the outfits look really cool. I actually think it looks really neat for the outfits. Also, all the belts on Ruby's boots, like what on earth?
And even like where there's like
cool.
a vine going up her.
Yeah, no, I see. Like that's actually like that's a really cool effect. But the faces just look horrible. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
That is the one thing I just do not care for.
It's like they didn't know how to draw them.
It's not that they didn't know how to draw them.
But it's like
I understand. Go ahead.
it's like when you look at them, even like the Justice League themselves from the comic book.
Mhm.
The comic book ones just look so much better.
Yeah. No, I get that. It all depends on the artist. It all depends on who is doing the drawing, who is doing the artwork. And I get that. But like, I'm sorry, there's just some people's art styles that just don't look good.
But then when they revisited the crossover,
Yeah, when they made an animated thing for
they
it,
did,
where it's
and
like,
they split it
they
two
were-
movies.
So, for those who don't know, a lot of the downfall of Rooster Teeth in general can be blamed on Warner Brothers. We are not throwing shade. We are spitting facts.
And salt.
Yeah, exactly. And because Warner Brothers owned, DC, and they owned all the rights to Superman, Batman, all that stuff, they wanted to do a crossover with all these DC characters. I'm like, look, and this is just my opinion. I'm an old fart. I've been watching all sorts of Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash. I've watched all of this stuff growing up. DC is so well known, and Superman and all these comic book characters are so well known. They don't need a spotlight in RWBY. It doesn't. I don't feel that was necessary. If they wanted to do another crossover with something lesser known, like I could understand that a little bit better. Hell, I love Teen Titans. I think Teen Titans would have been a better like crossover with them. You don't need to see Superman in the world of Remnant. I'm sorry. I think that was a poor choice.
But it's
Whatever.
like, I refuse to watch the Justice League crossovers.
Yeah.
I've seen clips of it, as well as screenshots. And their outfits, once they're in the DC universe, are so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's so bad from that, but that in particular, I fully agree.
The only two outfits from Team RWBY in it that look okay, emphasis on the high-pitched okay, are Yang's and Weiss's.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you
It
can
just-
see Yang's one's like,
they're
she'll
passable.
eventually get to that, or something vaguely like that eventually. Weiss's is like, if they remove the annoying jacket she has in the late volumes of RWBY.
Yeah. I'm looking over the outfits now. I'm just like pulling it up. Like, I'm sorry. No. I don't know.
I don't
Oh.
mind the fact they put Yang's hair in a ponytail with her purple like leg scarf,
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
but it's just like the rest of it. It doesn't really scream Yang. None of their outfits really do, and where they have RWBY in such a tight outfit, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't. There's just too many characters on screen. I'm looking through and I see a picture, and on one side it's just too many characters to keep track of. For any fan. I'm looking at one picture where it's showing like most everybody that's in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like 15 characters on screen at the same time. Like, no, there's no way you can keep track of all of this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Wonder Woman, when they're in Remnant, Wonder Woman looks A-okay.
Yeah,
She looks like she'd be just like a resident of Remnant going to Beacon Academy. The rest of the Justice League, not so much.
Yeah, no. No. Also, Cyborg just looks so bad in this. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I like the Teen Titans. Cyborg, they did my boy dirty in this one.
Yeah, anyway. They did so dirty.
I cannot give that a booyah. I'm sorry.
But a lot of the RWBY fan base blame Warner Brothers for this.
Yep.
Because
we do.
Everyone knows Warner Brothers track history. If you have a crossover with Justice League, your funding's gonna get cut.
Pretty much. It is wild. I'm glad that they are no longer having to deal with them, having to deal with like Warner Brothers, and I hope that as time goes on, though, because they said the next volume is in production, they were able to get it through. It's like Viz Media, I think they were able to get.
Yeah, they're now with Viz Media, and I think Barb let slip during an interview that they're currently in the storyboarding stage of Volume 10 to try and figure it out from like scripts to like what work, what won't.
Yeah. I know there's like, I know Barb lets some stuff slip every now and then, no matter which volume it is. But I also know that I'm trying to think of his name. Carrie. Carrie, I can't remember his last name. I'm so sorry. You're an awesome dude. Please don't ever watch this. Carrie, basically like one of the main writers that Monty brought on for RWBY, is still doing it to this day. Like he straight up said, "Hey, it's in production." Like it is in production, but he also answered the question of when is it coming out? He's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know when it's coming out. I can't tell you that right now because we don't know, especially because I know funding is going to be a big thing. Finding the right animators to do stuff. I'm certain they're able to get them. Yeah.
It was like a week or two after he said that, Barb was like, "Oh, we're in the storyboarding stage to see what work, what won't."
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think Barbara's been promoted to one of the producers as well.
Aw, that's fair.
Even though they haven't officially announced it. You can just tell.
I mean, it's understandable. I would not. I'm not going to fault them if they do put her there. Like, obviously, she does a great, fantastic job. Like, we stand Bimmy Dunkles in this household. Sorry.
But what I love is, like, outside of everything that's happened with the series, and even beyond Monty Ohm's passing, it still brings people together.
100%. Absolutely.
It's like, I even noticed, like, during the COVID lockdowns, how much Yang for me became a comfort character. Because it's like,
I mean, I would be very comforted if I was laying between those boobs. Oh, wait, what? Sorry, go ahead.
Where it's like, she lost her arm. And they say, I can't do what I was able to do before. What am I supposed to do? But then she came back fighting and more determined.
Absolutely. No, it's very inspiring like that. She's a comfort character, but she's a very inspiring character. Absolutely.
And it shows like, no matter what the world throws at you, you can get back at the world twice as hard.
Absolutely. Get back up, punch the world in its face.
And
that's what we're saying. Even
with the case with Weiss, where her family didn't really act as a family.
Oh no. That's the most dysfunctional family I've ever seen in like animation. Yeah.
But with Team RWBY, she found a family.
Absolutely. There's something for everybody, regardless of like which character you pick. There's something for everyone in the series. Like something for fans to latch onto, and that I think that's why it had such a big following to begin with.
And still does.
And why, yeah, and why people still follow it, why people want it. I want it to succeed. Like, I really do. I just want them to do better. Like, I just want them to, like, like, continue what they're doing. And as long as you can tell it's coming from a place of passion. When the fans don't sense that passion anymore, that's when you know something's wrong. That's when you know.
A case of, like, an example of when it goes wrong is if you look at the Naruto/Boruto fan base.
Yeah. Yeah,
Where-
we're lost on that one.
Even now, a lot of the diehard Naruto fans are like, they're just flogging a dead horse at this point.
Yes, I fully agree. I am one of those, like, older. If I had to pick of the big three back in the day of One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, I picked Naruto. I'm sorry, One Piece
Same
fans,
here.
you're awesome. But
I
like,
even used to cosplay Tsunade. It's how me and my husband met.
exactly.
But after the
look fabulous
Boruto
like that.
movie came out and the series of it started, it's like, Boruto's hardly even in it.
Yeah.
It just
Just-
focuses on Naruto.
Just let it go.
The storyline of it doesn't even make sense. So you can't even follow it if you've, like, skipped an episode or you've taken a break for a little bit. You have to then re-watch a lot of episodes before it to even try and make sense.
Pretty much. If you accidentally watch, like, something that's like, oh, this random filler episode, you're like, what the hell's going on? Then you gotta backtrack. It's whatever. We could rant about that all day. But at the end of the day, we are just waiting for the next volume of RWBY. We just want more.
So if any of you have Instagram and you post anything RWBY, please put hashtag Greenlight Volume 10.
Right? Absolutely.
Which is what a lot of us RWBY fans and cosplayers have been doing.
Also, send me more cosplays of Coco. Oh, sorry.
Definitely Coco.
Yes. Sorry, personal feelings aside here.
But what I also love with the card game we both enjoy is for years where people said it'd never come to White Schwartz.
Bro, when they did, I lost my mind. So for those who I'm not, this is where I shill my own stuff, right? I have a channel specifically dedicated to Weiss Schwartz. Like, I've absolutely lost my shit when I was like, RWBY, what? Yes, please. I remember going on to the Bushiroad, like, survey things, going, like, what series would you love to see in Weiss? And I would list off a couple anime, but I would also be like, yo, RWBY would be great for this.
With me
And the
on those
fact-
surveys, I just put RWBY, nothing else.
I screamed when I saw the thing that's like, oh yeah, we're getting RWBY. I screamed at the computer. I 1000% did. I'm like, I was so happy.
But it's the
I don't
fact,
care if it's not the best set. Like, I love it.
but it's the fact they went extra with it. Where
really
normally it's their high-pitched narrative, new, coming to White Schwartz.
Yeah.
They actually had Barbara and Lindsay do the White Schwartz official advert for it.
Yes.
And they had scenes of them playing the card game from, I think it was like season 2 of RWBY.
Something like that. Yeah.
But they replaced their series card game for White Schwartz card backs.
Mm-hmm.
And they had
They
them
changed
officially announce White Schwartz that way. Which they've never
like-
done with any other title.
I know. I was so happy.
But it's like, when it was announced, I went onto Weiss and Chill's server, which at the time they covered lots of White Schwartz.
Yeah.
And in full cap locks, as soon as it was announced, I went, told y'all!
I called it. I called it. 'Cause
And you all said it'd never come to White Schwartz.
it's never gonna happen. They brought Adventure Time over. Anything can happen. Anyway. Sorry, Kokorin. I know you love you some Adventure Time. Anyway, but no, like that just shows like obviously I don't know how it would work. Say even talking about Weiss for a half second. I like Weiss Schwartz. Sorry, not the character. I realize I need to specify for that. I don't know in terms of the rights because this has always been an issue with Weiss Schwartz as well. Log Horizon and some other series, when it got to the seasons where it changed production companies, they typically just didn't make Weiss sets anymore.
It's
They
like
typically were just like, yeah,
it's like with Steins Gate, where that's locked in JP only.
exactly.
And it's all because of the weird copyright thing you have to go through with 5PB.
Yeah.
which
It's
I
really
had to
wonky.
go through once. And
Oh, man.
basically, if both their American office and their Japanese office say yes, you can do stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
If only one office says you can, it limits what you can do.
Yeah.
And
By a
because
large
Bushiroad
margin.
can only get the copyright go-ahead from the JP office of 5PB, is limited Steins Gate, even with its creator, to just having Steins Gate in Weiss Schwarz JP and no other language.
Yeah. They be like that some days.
So, copyright fiascos.
Yes. So because of that, and because of like all the stuff that was going on, like obviously they still know all the people like who still own the rights to Rooster Teeth and stuff like that. They probably because Bernie bought back the company.
Plus, case in
Like,
point, with the RWBY Premium set as well,
Yeah.
where that came out, I think it was like 2 months after the Viz Media purchasing.
I think so. I think you're right. I don't remember.
As when they were like still transferring a lot of like RWBY copyright to Viz Media,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the whole soundtrack.
Very true.
That
very true.
Bushi were like, hey, we got the premium set. It's only season 4, but it's a premium set.
I just don't want more premium sets. Just give me actual sets of my stuff. I'm being weird. I'm being a whiny baby now. Point being, I don't know if we'll ever get more in Weiss Schwarz for that. I don't know if we will, but
People
do,
theorize we might get
happy.
Ice Queendom as a JP set.
I would be down for that.
So
be
would
down for
I.
that so much.
It's like where with Love Live Sunshine, that has its spin-off as a JP exclusive set, which is Yohane Sunshine Into the Mirror.
Yeah, true. They do have that. But like Bushi, like Love Live also, Bushi owns part of Love Live, so it's really easy for them to do that. So
They also own New Japan Wrestling.
true.
So maybe they could have a New Japan Pro Wrestling crossover with RWBY.
It'd be better than DC. It'd be better than Justice League. I'll be real.
That'd be true.
I'd be more down for that. I'd be more down for that than Justice League.
But it's like, with the RWBY soundtrack, there are songs that really pull out your heartstrings.
Oh, 1,000%. There's ones that the moment I would hear it, I would just like pause it and just like walk away for like 5 minutes and come back and go, oh, that hit hard.
It's like when I used to do voiceover work for fan dubs.
You did what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's one song from the RWBY soundtrack I would listen to where it's like, audition but show emotion in your voice for sadness and grieving.
Mm-hmm.
I would listen to the song Cold 5 times while lip syncing to it, so my voice would sound like I was grieving someone's passing for auditions. Because that song still makes me cry.
That's fair. There's still, I understand that there are still songs like that will just get me emotional to this day.
But then there's others where it's just like, the energy just makes you want to challenge the world.
Mm-hmm. Just like screaming Nevermore or something. I don't know.
Or it's like, songs where it's like, you play it on like a road trip, and it sets up that whole road trip.
Mm-hmm. That's one that gets me emotional. Sorry, we're especially we're talking about the soundtrack and stuff like that. When they did Red Like Roses Part 2, I'm getting emotional just thinking of it.
That song still hits hard.
It's so good. It's such a good freaking song because it is a back and forth of RWBY and her mom. Like 100%. Like such a powerful way of doing a song like that.
Especially now after you listen to basically, I'm gonna go by its like secondary name, which is Red Like Roses Part 3.
I thought that was like really well done.
But it's like after you listen to Part 3 and then go back to listen to Part 2, it makes so much more sense for those two parts.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, part 2 is like, Ruby be like, I want to be like my mom. She set up being a huntress so much like this. But then when it's Red Like Roses part 3, is basically Ruby like, my mom paved the way for me to come. And kick ass.
Cyberpunk music. Sorry. No. All right. No, absolutely.
Especially when it's like, by the time it's part 3, Ruby started to understand the importance of, like, the silver eyes, what she can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's her basically believing more in herself instead of like, oh, I want to be like the hunters and huntresses I read about. I want to be like Uncle Crow. I want to be as confident as my sister Yang.
Mm-hmm.
It's her actually believing in herself more.
It is. It hits hard. It's so good. I'm about to go listen to that now. Just have like a cry session later. It's just so good.
But then you have Crow's song.
Bad Luck Charm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. When I realized like all that. When I realized his semblance was bad luck, it was like, oh, because when you realize what certain characters' powers are, you realize that you've seen his power acting the entire time.
But it's only
that
like
he's
the
been on
late
screen.
season when they meet the Aesops.
Yeah, when it explains what it is.
Clover from that was like, hey, our semblance is mine, just the opposite. And then after that encounter, Crow sees his semblance as something different, and it stops affecting things like it did before.
Yeah. Because before he couldn't control it. Like he couldn't turn it off in any shape, form, or fashion.
But after being Clover, he learned how to turn it off.
Exactly. It was so then you like look at that and you go back to volume 3 when he first came in.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like, oh, he's in a bar. He goes to leave the bar. The barkeep drops a glass. And it's like, oh, it's like that's the power kicking in right there.
But you don't realize it till you watch the whole RWBY, and then you go back and watch it from the beginning again. Then you're able to notice it more.
Mm-hmm. More and more, like over the course of it, you see all the different points where it kicked in.
But
it's wild.
But I also think they slightly nodded at that with the Yang Blake Adam fight.
Yeah, no, that's
where
fair.
Blake's line was, "His semblance is like yours."
I mean, like
you get hit by stuff, then you can use that power to hit your enemy back twice as hard.
Yeah, no, like they alluded to it a bit more, like in the earlier seasons, but like that specific fight was like, oh, it is like where Blake, like I said, where Blake explains it. It definitely like put more context on like how she has to take the damage versus Adam didn't have to take the damage; he just had to block it. Like so, in terms of how they're similar but different. Like between both the powers, the characters themselves, it makes you kind of wonder like what other similarities like those two characters have in common type thing. So,
but it's also where it's like all the way back in like the early episodes of RWBY, where it's Yang's first meeting of Blake when they're all in their pajamas, and RWBY asks like, "Oh, your book, what's it about?" And Blake's response was, "It's about a man with two souls. They're in constant battle for control."
Yeah.
None of us knew what that was referring to till Oscar was introduced.
Yes. I mean, like, people kind of wondered if it was talking about her type thing, because, like she had her wanting to, like, she had her past, like, two souls could have also been like, two sides of a person. Like, she had her past with the
White Fang and Adam.
White Fang. And yeah, but now she has her side of wanting to, move forward and wanting to like go, be a better person type thing. So people like thought like, oh, it's that. And then you realize, oh no, it is like, Oscar, man with two souls. And like later, and
And it's only
stuff they set up for.
When they introduced Oscar and we heard Ozpin's voice coming from in him, like, it's about him. But they referenced this all the way back in season 1.
It's that's why I say, I know people were like, oh, it did. So this is where I get up on my soapbox for a second here. People are stupid. It's just preface with all this. When Monty passed away, they straight up said, we've outlined everything that's going to happen up to, forgive me if I'm misremembering, either volume 8 or 9. I want to say, like, there's like, I think I said up to volume 8. They had everything laid out.
It's like, I've heard other people say, like, it was like up to volume 11, Monty had started to, like, plan out before his passing.
Yeah. He had planned so many. I mean, obviously, it's not like he knew he was going to pass away. It was an accident.
But it shows his brain was like constantly thinking.
Yeah. So he had all of this set up, all these parts that people are like, oh, it's gone downhill since volume 3, or this gone downhill since volume 5. Bitch, this was planned before season 1. Like this was all talked about. I think they said it like an IHOP. I forget what restaurant they said they were at, but I remember they like even like the world of Remnant was drawn on the back of a fucking napkin or something,
including Yang's Volume 2 outfit that Monty designed himself on a napkin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. I was like, it's all this stuff that was done at like an IHOP or some kind of restaurant. But it's the point being, like, all this stuff that people are claiming they don't like this was gonna happen whether Monty passed or not. And I think that's where people just don't understand that.
It's like, the way I see it is, like, Monty left a lot pre-planned for RWBY.
We do not speak for Monty. This is our just assumptions. Sorry.
But it's like, they're trying to fill in the blanks to make sure the things work. It's like, before RWBY was even made, where they planned of Yang losing her arm. And where Barb picked it up when they're storyboarding the yellow trailer.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then people are like, oh, why did they do that? Go back, watch the yellow trailer, look at its quote. It explains it.
Exactly. Premonition, not premonition, what's the word? There's a word for it. There's a...
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, thank you. I couldn't think of it. I'm like, I know there's a word for this, though.
But it's like, I love how it's like, we've seen now all of Team Stark's weapons.
Yeah.
I love how people are like, oh, what do you mean by all? Tai Yang's is a watering can.
Yeah.
His weapon, I see, it's like Professor Oobleck's, where the rest of the time you just see it as a thermos for his coffee. But then you see it actually turns into a baseball bat.
Exactly. It hits dogs that turn on fire. Yeah.
So I see Tai Yang's weapon as like being something that when he doesn't need it, it's just a gardening tool.
Can't wait to just see more of that
but
later on.
From the end of Volume 9, the whole scene where it's like they show Tai Yang tended to the sunflowers around their house. And then you see a raven feather flutter down.
Yeah.
The look of disgust and anger in Tai Yang's eyes after you see season 9 makes so much more sense when you see the flashback of Raven and Summer.
Yep.
Because Summer never told Tai Yang she was going anywhere. Other than just, oh, I'm doing some rounds Ozpin's asked me to do. Not of, oh, I'm gonna go fight Salem on my own.
Shaking my head. I know people can't see it, but I'm just shaking my head.
But I also
Until one day I get the VTuber model. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I also love the fact, though, where it's like, Summer just said to Ray was like, where Ray was like, what about them? Aren't you worried about them? And so she's like, what about you? You left them. Wait, wait, Summer's left them behind too.
Sad. One day we will find out.
Especially where it's like,
Eventually.
we had like the looks of people with silver eyes being like hunted. One guy that got turned into a Grim, but still with a human head in it. There was the Grim that could talk.
Yes. That was freaky. Oh my stars.
And where it put fear into into Ruby the most. Where she was like, he has eyes like mine.
Yeah.
What if I go after Salem and that happens to me? Or what if that's what happened to Mom?
Exactly. When people started connecting the dots on that, it was just,
But also, if you look closely after that scene, Ruby starts down herself. Because, like, I have all this pressure on me. What if I'm not a great silver-eyed warrior after all?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just grows and grows to a whole mental break when they're in basically Wonderland.
Exactly. Huh. Alice in Wonderland. Oh, man. More fairy tales. More cool things.
I just love the fact of Season 1 Weiss tries to hit on John. Well, John tries to hit on Season 1 Weiss. But when they see him in Wonderland, Weiss going, it's so mature.
I've seen art of that very recently. Someone posted of just like her like literally like falling asleep at a table and dreaming about older John. And I'm just like, oh no, it's gonna come full circle here.
But it's just that subtle nod to where John tried flirting with her once.
Yes. Insert ukulele solo again. Yeah. No.
But that's arc. Easily we brought questions. Like, it's basically like the Alice, well, their version of Alice. If her brother died in basically Wonderland, did they both make out okay, or was it just the brother? And if so, are they still alive?
True.
So it brings up even more questions.
Lots of ponderings that need to occur. We will have to occur at a later day, but they will occur. So, or maybe things will get answered whenever we do 2 years from now, 3 years from now, however long it takes for a volume 10. I think it'll be an interesting little revival when it does happen.
It's like, even if they have to like skip it as a season and just do it as a big like 2-parter movie.
I think that would be. I do think that would be interesting.
Especially like if they go into combat against Salem.
Yeah.
And then it just like freeze frames. Then it looks like an artwork from a storybook. And it shows everyone who fought in the fight who had won and survived, retelling the story of what life was like as a student at Beacon, or it's like fighting Salem. To like new Beacon Academy students.
Maybe. I'm imagining it. I'm just sitting here like trying to like just picture. Like I want them to so here's my biggest thing. I liked when they did Ice Queendom. I want them to progress though. I don't like these series that keep doing origin stories. Like I'm like, how do I put this? I'm gonna riff on another, like I could riff on like fucking DC and Marvel and all that easily, where they just keep making like, origin story movies, but it's like the 15th iteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry, we don't need another origin story of this series or this franchise, or whether it's that
or even like The Simpsons. How many times they retell how Homer and Marge met?
Exactly. I'm like, after a while, it's just like, I'm good. I give me something new. That's my big thing. If they want to still go back and do something of an origin story for certain characters or something, I guess that's cool. But after a while, we just want progression. We want to know how the story ends.
Which I think
that's kind of the big thing.
It's like, that's what I think with The Simpsons. That's why they're finally doing a second movie. Plus, with Marge's voice actress, her voice is starting to go now.
I heard something about that.
So it's
I remember hearing something about that recently.
A lot of people, even like a YouTuber who covers like I think they go by the Simpsons theory, where they basically said, with Marge's VA's voice going now, the Simpsons movie 2 being the last hurrah would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I could see that. If they, obviously, depending on how much strain that puts on her for that may also take a while to fully record for her, in addition to whoever else they want to record for it, obviously. But like, I think that would be interesting as like you say, like a last hurrah type thing. So thinking of that in terms of RWBY, like obviously I realize they can tell a story clearly, like in a certain number of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder. I mean, it would take longer. I say it would take longer, but I guess it would take the same amount of time to make a movie length thing versus like an animated season. I wonder. I just wonder which approach would be better for that.
It's like,
I'd be down for a movie.
It's like case in point with Black Butler, we had Book of Circus, Book of Murder. Then after that, you had Book of the Atlantic, which was a movie to cover the whole cruise ship arc.
Yeah.
Then after that, I went back to seasons of basically the public school arc, and most recently the Emerald Witch arc.
Yeah.
But I found with Book of the Atlantic for Black Butler, they were able to fit so much more in than they could with the seasons.
I'm thinking.
Including, like, with the whole thing of The Undertaker, basically like, oh, I'm making people's historical records, aka their souls, on an endless blank loop to create, basically, zombies. If they try to show that in a season, they would cut out so much stuff from the manga.
So in regards to RWBY, I understand where a season made more sense because they were releasing it on YouTube. So having that as like in terms of a YouTube format, having a consistent like having the episodes coming out like that means you have fans consistently coming back, which in terms of YouTube meant more money. I question if they're going to be as heavily reliant on YouTube. Sorry. I realized, like you said, you were giving the examples of the Black Butler thing, but this is how my brain was just thinking the entire time that you were explaining that. Are they going to stick to a YouTube formula, or are they going to stick to we just want to get this done? We want to just make the story formula.
It's like
because if they were,
it's like they've come out point blank and said, if it wasn't for Crunchyroll, we wouldn't have season 9.
Exactly. So, I mean, they can clearly get the funding for it. So I'm not worried about that. And maybe with a Crunchyroll thing like that, once again, doing that in episodes, maybe a Crunchyroll format versus a YouTube format would be better. Because they tried to always push like the Rooster Teeth first stuff and everything to try, you get to watch the episode first before anyone else. And people, wanting to not get spoiled by stuff. Like, obviously would pay for that. Like, not hating for that. I'm just saying, it's the business model, right? But, like, if they stick to, like, a Crunchyroll thing, yeah, I could see them doing episodes. But, I mean, Crunchyroll's also funded movies.
That is
true.
I mean, like with the Demon Slayer movie that's recently come out.
Yeah.
That was funded by Crunchyroll.
So they could go either way, especially with if Crunchyroll backed them. I could see it going either way, but I kind of want to see them do a movie. It's
like with the Project Sakai movie that came out, which was a Miku who cannot sing. Crunchyroll got the rights to get it subbed and brought outside Japan because they know of the Vocaloid fan base.
Very much so. Like, yeah, smart move. Completely and totally smart move.
It's like we're back in the day, Disney used to do the English dubs of Ghibli.
Yep, that was...
Where now Studio Ghibli, they're such a well-known company now that they do it themselves now.
Yeah. Just imagine Mickey Mouse possibly having the chance to voice any of the things in Spirited Away. I'm just, just funny as hell to me.
I only learned that because of like an interview with Crispin Freeman.
True.
Because he's actually in House Moving Castle.
Yes.
He was Turnip Head once he turned into a prince. Because he said he went to Disney Epcot studio. It only took him 5 minutes, got the line down perfect first try, and then they just spent the rest of his time just sat there talking about anime and folklore mythology.
There you go. That's how you do it, man. He's the GOAT for a reason, man. Crispin Freeman's like really good for a reason. Man's like, I got this shit. Walks in there, first take. They're like, shit, we don't have to do
But it's
anything
the fact
else.
that the person who's doing like the English dub voice director didn't know who he was.
Like, man, put some respect. Come on. No, this is great. I love that.
It's
I don't
only after
expect
they
him
looked at like how many things he's dubbed, they're like, oh, you're experienced at this. You're not a movie actor, you're a voice director.
Yep.
But it's like, because I follow quite a few voice actors.
Yeah.
A lot of whom do voice directing now.
Mm-hmm.
But just to
'cause
see
you
like
had mentioned
what
about
characters I enjoy from series work on other stuff.
Yeah.
Did I learn that Channing Tatum is in the Demon Slayer movie? Because Ezra Rice, who did Kaname in Vampire Knight, did his like behind the scenes voice directing everyone video.
Love that. I guess that's another good point to bring up in terms of RWBY. Like, obviously, there's a lot of characters, a lot of voices and whatnot that we're just not going to have again. Obviously, probably not Vic. I don't know if I know they already replaced him, and the guy they replaced him with did very well. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm certain they're probably not going to be able to get back every single person. So,
Like, especially with Glinda.
did something happen with Glinda?
It's why after a certain point you only ever see Glinda on screen,
Oh,
and
you
she
don't hear
doesn't
her.
speak.
Fair. I do remember that scene. That's yeah.
So people like when they saw like everyone's reactions to Ruby's message, they're like, "Oh, is she gonna actually speak this time?"
Oh, they didn't have to pay the voice actor. I mean, I don't remember who. I'm trying to remember who her voice actress was, but I don't know.
But it's like a lot of people in RWBY will see in like other franchises. Case in point, Patrick Sykes, best known as Vegeta.
True.
And
It's wild to think that.
if you're well versed in cosplay, you also have Jessica Negri as
Yeah.
Cinder, which I think was her second ever voice acting role.
Maybe I had to
'Cause
look. I mean, she's done stuff since.
I
then.
know she did the Sony anime, which those of you who don't know is the Supersonico anime, where she voiced Supersonico for the English dub, but she also cosplayed Supersonico to help promote it.
Exactly. She did a lot of promotion stuff for that.
And the same as she did as soon as they brought Cinder into RWBY, as more than just like, oh, here's a cool silent character who helped Torchwick get away. They had her cosplay Cinder more, as well as like other team members of RWBY.
Oh, she did commercials before RWBY.
Yeah,
She did some commercials
she did,
for
like-
Lollipop Chainsaw.
yeah. Where as soon as a new cosplayer started doing it for the remake, she's like, I wish them the best of luck and have fun with it.
Absolutely.
But it's like she's done cosplays of Yang as well.
Oh my goodness. She's done so many different crazy cosplays over the years.
But it's like, yeah,
Oh.
people from all walks of life, all in RWBY.
Oh, I just found Gurren Lagann cosplay she's done. Okay, I'm gonna be looking at that later. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, sorry. I just saw some stuff. I was like, oh boy, oh no.
But it's like, RWBY doesn't only bring people together, it brings people to RWBY.
Everybody comes
Whether
together.
Whether it's like voice actors for the series, voice directors, producers, people just to enjoy the show.
Yeah, when you realize
like
like all
magnet.
these different people. Yeah. It just it's a melting pot of like so many different walks of life, like you kind of said earlier, like so many different directors, different voice actors, different animators, especially like there's I would never have believed like that one RWBY getting an anime like I said with Ice Queendom, like
I think none of us
say
expected that.
nobody like that was we were happy it was out of left field, but oh boy, like if you had said that like when it first kicked off, when it was like volume 1 or something, if you had told me, by the way, this is going to eventually get an anime, I'd be like, you silly, go back in your corner. like I love it. It'd be cool if it did, but it ain't gonna happen. You know. And obviously people like, oh, RWBY's not anime. Guess what? It is now, bitches. Anyway, so.
It's not just animu anymore.
It is not just the animu. Take
Whoever
that,
came
Avatar:
up
The
with
Last Airbender.
Whoever came up with the term animu.
It's just people being weird.
I get it because it's like anime influenced by American animation. RWBY now is just full on anime class now.
Yes. Exactly. They can't deny it any longer. But
it's like you find people who say, oh, I don't like RWBY. Get them to watch it, and then suddenly they're like, I like this now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the people that like also look at stuff like first glance and they're like, oh, I'm clearly not going to like this thing. And then they actually watch it. Like you give something a chance. Even with the later seasons of it, no matter, don't listen to the haters. Give it a chance. Like even there are some seasons that I do not like, but I want to know how it ends. I want to know. I want to know more. I want to watch more because I want to see it hit that same level of love and enjoyment that I saw people had during the first 2 or 3 volumes. So I want it to. I want people to try it. I want people to give it its fair shot, and maybe hopefully when we eventually get more volumes, whenever that may be, you can have people come back, the community come back together and be once again and be like, yo, we're back. We're strong again. Like this is going to be epic and we're enjoying this now. Like I want that to be a thing again. I want it to become as big as it did.
Plus I loved how like when what I'll call the Monty trilogy came out, where with the whole outfits for everyone, they designed them with cosplayers in mind.
Exactly.
So
I remember them openly saying stuff like that. It's so cool.
It's like, we make sure it's easy for anyone and everyone to make these outfits of characters they enjoy.
That's smart. That's like, hey, that's keeping your community in mind. That's good.
And that's the way they're still doing it to this day. Like, when you see them, like, bring up pictures where they've, like, made notes on outfits. They're like, too many belts. This part doesn't make much sense. Let's try this instead.
Too many belts.
Or this material will be too difficult for cosplayers, actually on their notes. So they'll change how a bit of clothing will look, so it looks more like an easier to use material.
That's probably like an interesting thing they had to do. I'm just guessing. That'd be cool if they brought in like Jessica Negri to like talk about that kind of stuff. I'm saying maybe in some earlier volumes, they're like, hey, you cosplay. Do you think this would be an easy thing to make?
Part of Cinder.
maybe. I mean, like regardless, I think that would be cool. Well, she's been in since season 1, so maybe I don't know. I mean, she's just a cool like person in general, so I understand them wanting to work with her. Absolutely. But that would be interesting, like her, and I know there's other like famous cosplayers and stuff like that in the scene. I think I'm certain that that's probably something they would have done, like consulting, like those people, like, hey, this is what we want. How easy is this to make, or something? That'd be just kind of cool to have like character, like, character designers and outfit designers
It's
that was their main thing, was cosplaying.
It's like, I know they had Jessica Negri help promote with some of her cosplays.
Mm-hmm.
But if my memory serves me right, they also had Casey Williams.
Casey Williams did some stuff. I'm trying to remember.
In cosplay as, I think it was Weiss.
As Weiss? I was unaware of
Yeah.
this. Okay. I have to look this up. Okay.
That's if my memory serves me right.
I mean, I'm certain she's done some Neo cosplay, let's be real. So, I mean, like Casey is a really like awesome person as well, from what I've seen.
It's like, even when you listen to the song she did for the mobile app Arknights,
oh yeah, she
it
did do something
feels
like that.
so much like a RWBY intro song. Because I think it's around the time of Volume 8's intro song that, still to me, Volume 8's intro is a bit hit or miss. But when you listen to the Arknights, it's like, was this the first take they did for Volume 8's intro? Before they decided on Volume 8's intro over the one that they went with.
That's fair. Okay, she's done Weiss, she's done RWBY, like she's done RWBY and obviously Neo. And even a Blake one or two from what I can see. Okay, sorry. I see the Neo ones and I'm like, ooh, I like this. Sorry.
But it's like, I think, like, when they bring out, like, a new season, wherever that may be, they bring back that old school marketing.
Maybe so. That would be interesting.
Especially as we have yet to see what's going to happen with Cinder. Like, is Salem going to realize Cinder's lied to her?
Oh no.
And is Neo going to wake up and see herself as more than just someone who is after revenge? Because she's currently
She'll be
cocooned in
forever
the
stuck
tree.
dream. Exactly. Will she be forever stuck in the dream?
And who knows, she might get Super Mario crossover.
There you go.
We'll put it this way.
Just,
Salem is voiced by one of the people who voiced Princess Peach.
which is hilarious how that works out.
It's like
I
everyone
always love
who found
looking up.
that out. People making fan art of Princess Peach as Salem and vice versa.
Exactly. I love that though. I love when you look up like fan art or something and like one of the tags is Seiyu connection or like the voice actor connection, where it's like two characters interacting that you're like, wait, these were the same person? Like, I love looking up that stuff. It's just so fun.
It's like when people are like, oh, why are you Jordan Yang as a Super Saiyan? First reply is,
Well, she
go
looks like
listen to
one!
I Burn. It's referenced in the lyrics.
Look at the freaking gold trailer, like the yellow trailer, because
With how
in the
her,
yellow trailer.
yeah, when she puts
is
her
ever since
arms
then.
down and her semblance flame.
Exactly. Ever since the trailer, people have drawn the Super Saiyan like freaking comparisons. Once again, Monty was inspired by a lot of different things.
Exactly.
I'm certain, like. But no, people are like weird. Why would they do that? Do you not watch the character? Do you not watch the show?
Or do you
Like, have
say
you
you
not
watch the show, but you actually haven't?
That's what we call a poser. Anyway, sorry. Beats. It's just I don't know.
But it just shows, like,
People.
after all these years, from Haloid, Dead Fantasy, Season 8 of Red vs. Blue,
Yeah.
all the RWBY good spin-offs and good crossovers,
Mm-hmm.
till now, RWBY still holds Monty's soul in how he put
100%.
his heart and soul into his work.
And like, I guess that's going back to like what we stated before about the people who are working on it, the writers and everything. It's Monty's soul is there, but it's also the soul of the people that he brought on. He specifically asked Miles and Carrie, like, hey, I want you guys to be the writers, because that's what they did for Rooster Teeth.
And when
So it's had their souls.
And right now, like, Lyran, he's voiced by one of his brothers.
Exactly.
And the only thing I compare it to is with Nintendo after Iwata's passing. where there's still little bits where you can tell that's something Iwata would have done. That they got right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that
Neil,
now
that
with
was-
RWBY.
Yeah.
Where even though the creators who created the series aren't there anymore, ones that help things to greatness, their souls are still in the series, bringing people together. And kicking ass while doing it.
Exactly. Kicking names and taking ass. Wait, let me try that again. No. I flubbed the line, guys. I'm sorry. We gotta go back into the booth. That's a good question. I need to look at something. There. Talk about Weiss Schwartz. There was a Ren SP, right? Am I misremembering that?
Yes, I think it was in the premium set, where in the base set it's got Monty's hot stamp as their tribute, but in the premium set they changed it to his brother Nath Ohm, which when
Neil, something like that. Yeah.
when people were like covering the premium set and all the signed cards, they skipped Reds. It's like seeing Monty's brother's signature on there offended them somehow.
They're weird. It's still freaking legacy for
It was
a reason.
only when
Whatever.
me and you on your channel were looking over the premium cards did we both realize, hang on, that's his brother's name.
Wait a minute. Yeah, it's that literally that meme of that little kid going like turning to the camera and saying, "Wait a minute." Like that was me. Which I respect it. I'm like, go for it by all means. I mean, he voiced him, so I mean, like, it clearly should be his signature and whatnot up there. Like, it makes sense. What do you expect? Because that was especially from his premium booster. That's from Volume 4. That's when he's already he's already voicing him. So it makes sense. People are weird. I prefaced this earlier. People are stupid. Anyway,
They are.
we're special. That's all it is. We're special.
We're SPs.
Yes. So true, bestie, as they say. Oh my goodness, I'm pulling it up. I'm just pulling it up. I said, well, yat forever. Whatever you feel is the next conversation. I realize we could easily sit here and yat forever. Yeah, I see it. I found the SP. I want that. I want to get that SP.
We also both want the
Damn.
Yag.
Bro, oh, golly. One of the tournaments I went to a while back, we had one of the guys who was rooming with us had the Yang SP, and I'm like, damn, I want it, but I can't afford it. Anyway, sorry, go on.
But it's like, if all of you haven't already, go check out Base's channel, especially look at all the RWBY stuff.
That's me. I have RWBY stuff. Yee.
As well as all things Weiss Schwartz. As well as
We giving Liam a shout out?
as well as why you haven't been able to see any YouTube videos pop up, Cade figure out why.
No, I didn't figure it out. I didn't figure it out. Someone else. I just made a point of that. Like this is what's happening. Like please make certain you don't. You click. Oh fudge. What was it? The
It's
not
the-
restricted mode. Yeah. I didn't. It wasn't me that figured that out. I was just regurgitating what someone else had found out, but at the same time, I found out that it was affecting my channel.
Hey,
So
I'm
I'm
still
like, well,
giving you credit for that.
yeah. I push people's awareness towards it. So if you're a content creator, tell your communities. So
Just make him sit down, watch Cade's videos.
yes, watch all of them, all the podcasts. I would not recommend anybody going
Binge
back
watch
and
it
watching
all.
no, do not binge watch the first podcast episodes. Oh, stars. That's what I ought to do. I'm going to do that as a video. Now, I'll talk about that later. Anyway, this is going to be funny. Just try not to cringe challenge.
Hey, I tried that with some of my early Weiss Schwartz stuff. I couldn't make it through a video.
If I can get past episode 1 of the podcast. I mean, I've listened to all of them, so it's whatever. Oh, man, that's going to be wild. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yes, no, thank you very much for that. Coming soon. Cade having a mental freaking breakdown over cringing over his previous content. Anyway, but no. But no, thank you very much for I'm assuming you were leading into that for like a wrap up or something. So thank you very much for having me. I am so happy for being here. Y'all, look, you see this person over here? You see this? Go subscribe. Go subscribe and like this person over here. Husky's awesome.
Aw. But make sure you
Stop giggling.
But make sure you subscribe to both of our channels. Make sure you click the bell icons on both our channels while you're at it, as well as check out all of our videos. And also make sure your restriction mode is off.
There we go. Heck yes.
And if you go to Kane's channel, let them know you were sent there by this video.
And remember, I realize the best way to end this video is one specific line. You probably know what I'm gonna say. I don't know. It's like, and remember to never stop moving forward.
Exactly.
Boom. Oh, mic drop. Anyway. No, you're good. Oh my goodness.
And with that, bye!